Okay. Hello, boys and girls. For this month's track breakdown, we're going to be breaking down Harmonaig, which was released on Team Green's label For a Memory. It received a lot of support from Seb, Team, I think Roy. A lot of people played it out. Elke Klein has been playing it out recently, and that's all I know. I mean, probably many other DJs that I do not know of, but yeah, those are the guys that I know of that are playing it. So yeah, basically, it was getting support when it was not released, and it's starting to get support as well now that it's released. The idea for the track started when I was messing around in VCB Rack. I found out about a module called Harmonaig. That's why I named the track this way. That's basically like a quantizer, and it has this chord function. Can I get? Okay. So it has this chord function, and yeah, I was basically messing around with it on VCB Rack. VCB Rack, for those who do not know, is a modular environment, virtual modular environment. So you get access to a bunch of physical modules and a bunch of modules that have been created for VCV Rack specifically. And Harmonaig is inside VCV Rack. So I was messing around with it and I was getting some good results, but I was not getting what I wanted. So then I started Googling and looking around in the internet for a plugin or a VST or a Max for Life device that could like give me what Harmonaig was giving me, but was easier to understand, because at that moment in time, I wasn't like actually good at modular. So that's how I discovered Cthulhu, basically. And Cthulhu then was what I used to generate the chords and the arps for this track. So let's dive right into it. Let's start from the kick. Nothing on the kick bus. And this is how the kick sounds. Which is a kick I sampled from Seb. I think from his sample pack. He has a sample pack and he has a really cool kick in there, but it has like a top loop on top of it, so you actually have to like sample it, but it's super clear and it's easy. I then added this reverse white noise kind of thing. It's pretty simple. You can take whatever reverse white noise or even a percussion, but super short, and reverse it into the kick. So you get like this into the kick, which makes it a little bit punchier for some reason. I don't know, it just cuts through the mix a lot better. So, okay, there we go. And then a top kick that's, to be honest, it's not doing that much. Nowadays I would have raised it like all the way over here. So I guess, yeah, like you become better in mixing. So yeah, that's basically all of it for the kick. Top kick is, yeah, just low cut it in with Ableton. Made it mono. Simple stuff. Solid kick. There's some limiter here, I don't know why. But yeah, that's it. Then we move on to the bass line. We have this rack that I made. Let's see what I did here. Okay. See what I did. So it's basically a sample. Let's see. This is the low part of the sample. This is the high part of the sample. So it's basically a sample that, I don't know, I just liked it. It sounded like analog, or sampled from an analog instrument. And I just took the low octave one, and I took the second octave from that, so you get this. Low octave sounds like this. High octave. I actually had 2 more octaves here, but I guess that was just overkill. Actually kind of cool for like a house track. But yeah, I named it Delicious Bass. And basically I mapped the filter and the filter envelope and the release time here, so it doesn't have a lot of overtones, so even when I open it all the way, a lot of harmonics, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter, but basically it was like somewhere around here. Pretty simple. The midi itself is just classic following the chord progression. Basic stuff. What else do we have here? A layer seems like that Casper common kind of layer. With a kick. Pretty simple, huh? It's really not that crazy. Doesn't even sound that bassy. And that's all there is for the low end grooves. Let's move on to the main drums, and we only have like one layer here. Sampled from Sambe Hat, so I guess Luca Sambe. A little bit of reverb, which adds like a slapback kind of thing, and then a clap, same thing. Then we move on to the percussion. We have like, I don't know, 10 channels of percussion here. We have some pailas here, some decapitator, and effect rack doing absolutely nothing. Nothing going on the MIDI, but I'm guessing since it's like a contact instrument, it probably has like round robin, so it's never playing the exact same sample, even though the MIDI is playing the exact same note. Claves with midi and reverb. Team Green Hat. I don't know if he sent me this hat or can't remember, but it's pretty clean. It doesn't sound like I took it from a track. Could be. I added some reverb. Kaleidoscope top loop, so I took my loop from Kaleidoscope and I placed it in the track. Little drum, minimal kind of stuff. A super crispy top loop with a fucking beautiful snare. Man, I love this sound. Perfect for a minimal track as well. God damn. Chunky. Background vocals from Dominica remix. So I made this with like a vocal loop that I chopped. I added vocoder, reverb, corpus, basically all of the Ableton effects until it sounded like it wasn't saying anything at all, and then I just panned it left and right. Makes a really good atmosphere kind of thing. Top loop. Shaker for energy. Another kind of minimal top loop here. And then Dulus Kande Conga, so I'm guessing it's from the Kande track. I think I made this track after I made Kande with... Man, I forgot his name, bro, and he's like a really cool dude. I need to look it up. Hold on, man. What the fuck's wrong with me? With Tito. Fuck me. Yeah, with Tito, man. I met Tito in New York, and really cool dude. We had a sandwich, man, and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, I made this track after I made Cande with Tito, so I'm guessing I brought in some other of the elements from that track into here. I was about to mention one thing, I forgot. Yeah, we'll just continue, maybe it comes back to me. And then I added a bunch of like really short fills here. This just appears once in the track. What else is here? A tom fill. Crazy kind of thing there. There again. Tom there. Yeah. Nothing crazy. So that's the drums. Sounds like this. Okay, time to go to the synths. Surprise, surprise. The melody was made with Cthulhu. Let's see if we still have the preset going on here. Sounds like it, yeah. So let's see what we used. So maybe you guys want to see it now that you guys... Oh, we cannot see it. It seems like it gets deselected, but I'm pretty sure it was one of these bad boys in the back chorales preset folder. Beautiful. First things first, we have a chord stab. Just some filter automation. I think mediocre production, just raising up the filter without moving anything else at all. I have 8 parameters here that I didn't touch. So yeah. PL Circuits AC from Eisen Sahev or something like that. Sample pack. He makes really cool kind of trancey stuff, and I love it. ARP here with some slap delay. Sec sparkling short from the Eisen pack as well. ARP here with some cutoff, EQ and has effect. I don't use has effect that much, but I already had so much stuff like super in the middle that when I placed this ARP, I felt like it was fighting with everything else. So ARP modular, I think that's audio tent. Those are the 3 like chord melodic elements in the track, I think, yeah. And then down here we have the main melody. This one I wrote myself, but it's, to be honest, it's pretty simple. It's basically the same thing as the Kaleidoscope track, where I made like a cool sequence and then I pitched it to where it felt like it was following the chord progression, right? So, oh fuck me. I'm pretty sure this effect rack was doing something. but it must have been it must have gotten like fucked, because I wouldn't place this volume body. This was just like this basically tells you the volume before and after an effect, so you can gain stage it properly. But I don't know, man. I can't remember. But maybe they weren't doing anything at all. And I'm just making stuff up. But yeah, if not, I guess it's just a little bit of delay here on this main lead, and reverb from the Valhalla vintage verb, and some more delay here from the other send. Basic. Let's continue. I in the final section here for the where the lead appears for the final time, there's a little fill on the melodic section, just to like closure it. So okay, I reached home, then I'm gone, you know. Next up, I wrote some strings for the break. Okay, so this string is not here, but it's whatever. Repro patch from Audio Tent, a pad. Then I got the Moog and I wrote like a bassline maybe? Yeah. Yeah, so basically the strings are just like a melody that I supported with some bass frequencies, and it's pad is same note but one octave, and the strings are as well same notes but one octave. So these were just like regular strings, so we can replace them with like Ableton stock strings, which to be honest are not bad at all, so don't take them for granted. They are made by Spitfire, so you know they're quality. And this is just like another section in the track, so you know the track is pretty loopy. It from the straight from the intro, it already has like melodic content pushing all the way here. Arp, arp, arp. Then we have the main lead here. The arp is gone. Another section here, and then back to the arp. But to be honest, this is kind of the structure that you should have in your tracks, where stuff comes in, stuff comes out, stuff gets replaced in. Another section here, blah blah. That way, a track that's supposed to be super loopy doesn't feel so loopy. So yeah, it's basically like an arrangement kind of thing. And lately, myself, I've been trying to come up with tracks that have a chorus, a verse, a pre-chorus, a bridge. You know, trying to bring in this kind of pop structure into electronic music. What the fuck, an organ? I love organs. I know you. I mention them every single time that I. Shit froze or what? Never mind. Go to this church. Man, I love organs. So in this little breakdown here, since it's pretty empty, no percussion, no bass, no nothing, I thought maybe I didn't even use the chords either, so I thought maybe I'll bring in like a kind of pad element, and I was trying some pads, and then I just got to the organ and I was like, fuck yeah, man. should have gone like an octave as well. Look how it sounds beautiful. It's just in this moment in the track as well. So the organ comes in and it's never to be seen again. Pretty cool. I love organs. And finally, the big boys. The big boys. So I made this simply by the ARP sequence I made. Yeah, I made simply by taking the Cthulhu patch and turning on the ARP. God damn, bro. Such an easy track. I remember I made this shit in like 45 minutes or something. I came up with this chord preset, like with this patch, like this sequence of chords, and I was like, and then everything else was just like, okay, this sounds cool, layer, this sounds cool, layer, this sounds cool, layer. Let me switch the lightings a little bit here because I'm starting to feel like I'm in a place not suited for kids. Yep. And that's how I came up with the pattern here. And then, simple as that, I just started layering. So first layer is, I think I used this in magnetic as well. This must be from Signal. I don't remember the name. Yep, right here. Drops of Wood. Pretty simple. This comes in straight from the intro. I use Redux to open it up instead of just like a filter. Pretty cool. And then we have the Prophet 6. So we have the audio down here. Okay, so the RC20 is something I used to use when I was making like trap or hip hop beats. I love this, and I just thought, let me throw it in here in this Prophet 12. Let's see what it does. It's adding reverb, it's adding a little bit of wobble, a little bit of noise, some distortion, and some magnetic, which is like the sound comes in and out, basically like volume modulation. So let's exaggerate them all so you can see what it does. Let me turn them all off and just go one by one. This is what the magnetic does. Then some reverb. Basic stuff. I don't know why I use this instead of like Valhalla or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. Distortion. Just basically like volume, man. And wobble. You can actually hear the wobble pretty easily, even though it's so low. This completely gives it that like, you know, kind of feeling, you know. And since it's so loopy, the track, you need this kind of stuff to be happening all the time on your main leads or whatever, that it doesn't feel like it's playing the same 16 bars or 32 bars over and over and over. It's just like, it's ever changing. This is being modulated by, let's see, man, I don't care. I don't know, but it's like randomized, you know. That on top of the magnetic. Just makes the lead feel alive. And this is some radio noise. I don't know why the fuck, but I think it's pretty buried there, so no problem at all. That's the Prophet lead, and pretty simple, right? There's some panning here. I don't know why, but whatever. And yeah, basically the same thing. I just open it and close the filter, open the noise, basic modulation on the parameters that I thought were cool. Then we have a diva layer down here, just a low cut PML DMC3 bass frequency mod. Yeah, simple preset. I like to use bass presets as leads because they're usually more mono. They're made to feel like the whole frequency spectrum. Usually when you go and look for a bass preset, it's not like a single sine wave. Oh, bass preset a sine wave. Like nobody would do that because nobody would like dare release a preset of a fucking sine wave, you know, where you can just use a sine wave. I don't know if I'm making a point here. So the guys actually go and layer the 3 oscillators, find their proper volumes to make the lower frequency feel higher, but still have like a decaying kind of. So the waveform will look like it's falling in harmonics. So they're made to be fucking chunky, these bass presets, right? So when you take them a couple octaves up, you have a fucking chunky lead. You just add some reverb and some delay and that's it. So I'm just a fan of these sounds, so yeah. And I'll show you a little trick here to make the track not feel so loopy. Oh fuck, I need this. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm guessing you should, yeah. The filter modulation in the Diva is closed here when the filter modulation is open on the Prophet. I open the Diva here because the Prophet is closed here. Then the Diva closes here because the Prophet opens here. And so I do like a little back and forth, right? At some point they're both like fucking full on volume and whatever, but you know, it's cool. But in this kind of section, they kind of answer each other even though they're not playing different melodies. So it's a question and answer kind of thing. The thing everyone keeps on telling us, oh, nice question and answer in your melody, brother. You can also do that with the same sound being modulated or a layer being coming in and coming out. Question and answer doesn't have to be only about melodies responding each other. Question and answer is also percussion, basses, automation, volume. Yeah, that's it. So basically, let's hear it out so you can see a little bit of what I mean. So yeah, you can hear it opens up in then the Prophet shines. I wanted the Prophet to shine. The Diva doesn't need to shine. It's a pretty simple sound, but the Prophet is, you know, the Prophet is the sound I made. It's the sound I designed. So this is the sound that I want to shine. This is my art. So yeah, that's basically it. Combined with the other one, you get this combo. Nowadays, I think I would do, in case you want to keep your arps interesting, is if you have like a bunch of arp layers, maybe take one arp and just make inversions. So take like the lower octaves and put them 2 up. Take this entire section here down low and pitch them up. So you have the arp. It's still the same chord, right? But it's playing a different octave, so it's feeling like a different frequency. It even starts to add like a different flavor to the. You know, if done with care, you can get some really cool results. So yeah, this is a trick I learned from a video I can remember, but it wasn't production. It was like songwriting, where the guy had an arp. Fuck me. The guy had an arp, and then he layered it with another sound. But that sound, instead of playing do 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 do, play it do 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 do. So it instantly became like something completely different. And now I'm applying this knowledge into my arps nowadays. So if I had seen that video when I made this track, I probably would have applied that trick here. So yeah, this is the entire chunky arp layer. It's been sent to a big reverb, another reverb, another reverb. Holy fuck! So it's like a big reverb, the step one, then another big reverb, man, and then like a more roomy one. Oh yeah, played. Oh, this is so weird. I don't know, doesn't sound bad, so I'm cool. And then I'm automating a delay return, so you get like this kind of super stereo delay shots. That kind of stuff. Ooh, and then I also have another delay here that I recorded from my timeline module. Sorry, pedal. It's weird I didn't do like any modulation in it. It's just I think it's the entire ARP stack being sent to the delay unit. It just adds like a little bit more, I guess. Oh, and it's like completely off the grid as well, so it's like unsynced. Yeah, it really adds a lot of psychedelic kind of effect in the background. So yeah, even though the track is simple and was done in a quick amount of time, there's some kind of cool details in the background that, you know, it only happens when you're building that track, because I wouldn't think about adding unsynced delays to any other track in my life. So I don't know what was going on through my mind when I went in and turned on the Strymon timeline, and then just added like whatever timing on the pedal, and I called it a day, you know. But it sounds so fucking cool, to be honest. So let's dive into the effects down here. Classic. Some laser. Crash. And yeah, the Dulus Dominica Endless Crash, which is basically a crash with ping pong delay. and huge feedback. I have some texture here that I kind of use this eraser as well, I guess. Yeah, stupid stuff, but yeah. When I was making this track, there was a sound that every single time that I played, I thought someone was knocking on my door. That one. This sound just feels so weird, like in a different space. Yeah, some weird shit. And let me see what else. Nothing here on this channel. This channel wasn't used. What is this? So this is maybe these are like different masters or bounces. You can see I was fucking around with like the mix or whatever, and this is one version. This is another version, super shiny, a lot less low end. This final one feels like the final version to me, because this lacks high end. This one has the high end and has the low end focus that the first version has, but this one has too much high end, and I think that much high end is just taking the focus out of the low end frequencies. I don't have the master chain here, so maybe I took it and mastered it somewhere else. I don't know, maybe in that time the CPU was having a lot of trouble. I don't remember if I made this in an old CPU, I don't think so. Let's check the drum bus. It's the classics. Even Sooth was turned off, so I guess the mix was perfect and I didn't need Sooth. Slash sarcasm, you know, I don't know why it was off. Maybe it was because my CPU was having problems. But yeah, this is basic shit. You guys have seen this a million times. I think what is to learn here from this track, I'm sorry, it's the simplicity in a sense, because there's a bunch of layers, right? But each layer doing its own thing. Modulation on some layers to open it up, blah blah blah. Oh, also the arrangement. Let's talk a little bit about the arrangement. So straight up from the intro, 30 seconds in, the track is already almost at full force. Filter modulation, some perks come in here, blah blah blah. What happens here? I think another layer. The chords. We're going to a break. Still same sequence. Again. But this time there's another ARP layer and the track is more focused, more in the middle. It feels like that. Okay, so yeah, the diva ARP comes in, but I grew it so much in the break. Super stereo. Then back center, back to the middle. Then god damn, bro, there's an entire 30 seconds without any changes at all. Then top loops come in. Chord preset comes back in, so this one, I'm using this, I'm taking this one out and bringing it back in as a sort of like an arrangement continuity kind of thing. And then harp is completely gone. Main lead is in. Or not the main lead, this is like another motif. Now, an entire different section where the main lead or the main motif is just that one diva layer lead here, which I don't know why I only use this. This is crazy for me. Only using one lead layer for only one layer for like a main motif. It plays. Then I bring in the harp, which is this one. Back to that harp. And then back to the string motif, back to the main lead. Then into a huge build-up. And this entire section, what I do is just a clave. And it doesn't feel that loopy because of the sends and returns here, the cool stuff in the Prophet, the automation. So yeah, you don't need a million new melodies, even though nowadays that's my way of thinking. I think melodies or new melodic content is like the coolest shit you can do to make a track evolve. But in this case, just this fucking driving harp, going crazy and automating it everywhere, just like felt like the right choice. And yeah, it was done. I saw this track was done in like an hour max. And I had everyone creaming over it. Let's talk a little bit about the sends and returns maybe. So the classic, I'm not even going to talk about it. Another synth return with the Valhalla vintage verb. Nothing fancy, I just messed around with the settings a little bit. Perk, so I just messed around as well, but I put it on the dirty plate mode, which I think is really cool for perks. I was using H delay on this one, I don't know why, but yeah, it's basically like an 8 note ping pong delay. Vocoder, stupid stuff. And there's this Echo Boy thing I don't even think I use. Let's see what it does. Kinda cool on a clap, no? Hella cool on a clap. I'm hella using that thing later on. Yep. Basic track, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And these are the ones that I really love to show because like people were going wild for this track at some point, you know, like Seb was playing it every single set. He played it in AD Brazil, and that's the first time someone ever recorded a video of my track, uploaded it to YouTube. Like, what is this ID? Like, people uploading videos of live sets, like they were there, they recorded it, they went onto YouTube, and they tried to find the ID that way because they couldn't find it nowhere else. That's wild. So this was the first track that I know of that someone did this. And it's funny because it's like probably I'm willing to bet one of the quickest tracks I've ever written. So yeah, don't overthink it. I think the main piece of advice is never to overthink it. If you're going with the flow and it's fucking flowing and you're having fun, keep going, and don't lose that string, because I think once it's lost, it's fucked up. It's fucked up to get it back. It's hard to get it back. So yeah. This is Harmonaig, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. But I think I've explained the Cthulhu enough times already that I think everyone should be able to write a track like this. You just need to get lucky on pressing those couple of notes. Because to be honest, in this preset, there's, god damn, there's like 34, 48, 60, 72, I don't know how many octaves it's the keyboard is feeling right now. But it's that many different chords, and holy fuck, that many combinations. I'm not even gonna do the math, but it's like 72 exponential. I don't know, man. It's fucking wild math. So yeah. Yep. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I am here to answer them. And yep, I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. I'll catch you later. Peace.